And my partner and co-host is here, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
So good to have you here. And our chanting family and discussion family is Christine Elizabeth
Hello, everyone.
and Charlie Jarman.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
It is so good to be here. And we start out our lessons with going into our heart. So, Karen, would you take us there, please?
Absolutely. So let's just bring our hands to our heart if that feels good. And you can close your eyes as long as you're not driving. And just take some nice slow breaths. And just feel into that, the wonder of the web. It's amazing how when we just take that one breath, we can feel ourselves just dropping in and using our imagination and all the amazing ways that we can see and touch and feel. There might be an actual web that you see in your mind's eye, or you may just feel the comfort of just having that clear knowing, yeah, that's right, we are the web. Feel into that just wonder and awe of, I don't know how I know this, but something just feels so truthful in knowing that we are the web of love. We are the children of the light. We are the absolute oneness. And we have been gifted with everything. And it has been our decision, consciously or unconsciously, to try to substitute, to try to replace everything with nothing. And let that be okay, because you can forgive yourself for being unaware of that choice. But now that it's coming into your awareness, really just let it go. Drop it like hot potatoes in your hands and know that this web of love, this web of light, this absolute oneness is the everything that we've been trying to replace with the illusion of separate bodies, separate minds, separate plans, separate ideas, separate opinions, separate judgments. Come back. Come back to that beautiful knowing and let yourself fall into that web. You'll be caught. You'll be comforted. And begin by just accepting that every being is in this web where everyone belongs. And in the web, every strand is connected to every other strand. And every experience is weaved into that web. All relationships, all conditions, all circumstances, everything is in the web. And see those beautiful strands sparkling, knowing that not one strand is more important or less important than another strand. The strands don't know how much money you have. The strands don't know what your relationships look like. The strands don't know what kind of occupation you've had. The strands don't know about your past. They're just neutral. And this is that divine hospitality where everyone is welcome and where everyone belongs. Hold that vision of a world where everyone belongs. Remember when you were in kindergarten or preschool, where everyone belonged and everyone was included and everyone was kind. Let that be, from this moment forward, your new kindergarten mentality, where you see everyone as a friend and everyone with wonder and awe. I feel, if that was coming back, I really feel that that is what our function is. When we talk about God has a function that we would have be filled, I really feel if we could just see this web in every human experience, in every opportunity, if we could just see everyone as being welcomed and belonging, I think this whole human condition would release all the suffering, and we would see how beautiful we truly are to one another in that web. Do you feel that? I mean, I know you talked about it, Teri, that you were going to do a picture and you had seen a picture in your mind. I would love for you to explore on that with this.
Yeah, it's this ethereal realm. It's, there are so many dimensions, and what we have an idea of God, sometimes it's just not real, because you can't picture God. You can't put a form to God. He's just so limitless and so expansive. And what I see is just all of these tentacles, like reaching out to all of us and connecting all of us in. Just imagine that each one of us is held onto by God, and we're all in that web. We're all together in it. There's no one that's excluded. Nobody's left out of that energy, that God loves all of us, no matter what. And like you were saying, Karen, it doesn't matter what has happened in our past. It doesn't matter where we've been, what road we've been down. It really, the things of this world do not matter. I just had that conversation with somebody today. Material things, the mistakes that we made, they're not really mistakes, but we consider them mistakes because, it wasn't something that was a pleasant experience. But that's not what's everlasting. And those tentacles that God has, that hold, that He's put on us as we're here in the world, that's what's everlasting. That's what we feel in our heart. We feel that beautiful connection. When we breathe into our heart, that's what we're feeling. We're feeling God's hold on us. And it's not that it's oppressive or controlling, even. It's comforting. It's saying, you are mine and I am yours. And it's this mutual love that flows through that connection with God. It's so hard sometimes to put it into words because there are no words for it. When you have that beautiful feeling of love, you have no words to really describe it. You have to feel it. And I think that's for each of us. We're all unique in our relationship with our Creator, and we really can't put words to it because that's how beautiful it is. What is it you say, Karen? Too wonderful for words.
Too wonderful for words. And I've been greeting people like that. I've been telling people that they're too wonderful for words. And you see them light up like a Christmas tree. People that that are grumpy or are having a rough moment, and you just say to them, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. You are just too wonderful for words." It's like they step back into their childhood and they just go, "Oh," they're just so open to that. I encourage people to play with that just in your own little playground, in your own little, way of your life. I get to see so many people throughout my day, and I love to just play in that field of the absolute oneness.
Yeah.
And people I, don't know at all, seeing them on the street, when my sister went and had her surgery and we were in the office and I had to, wait in the office, and all the people who were in the office were so joyful and so happy and so loving and so welcoming. I felt like, oh, I'm here in the web again. Here it is. So just play in that idea. Anybody who's watching this, if you're watching it on the replay or whatever, just play in that idea of everywhere I go, I'm in this web. I'm in this web. I'm in this web. And in the web, everyone belongs and everyone is welcome. And there's this beautiful feeling of nobody's better, nobody's less than, nobody, everybody's just in that beauty and that grace. And what you wrote about me, Teri, when you wrote that blog, it was like, you see what I see. And I'm just a reflection. If you think I'm kind and you think what I do in the world is important and valuable, then you are seeing your own reflection in me, because there is no separation. It's all one. And that's like the beauty of it. But you wrote it so beautiful. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for being in this world. It's Miss Kindness. Yeah, I just love it, and I see that every
I'm
time.
gonna be Miss Silly from now on. I don't want to be Miss Kindness. I like being Miss Silly. Call me Miss Silly.
And I don't know if you saw what Jean wrote. She said, "Beautiful Karen," but I can't remember that far back. Love to everyone. The strands are made of unconditional love. Yes, they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they glisten and they glow and they're so precious, just like you, Auntie Jean.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a spider web that has dew on it, like early in the
I've
morning?
got one. I've got a
And
beautiful
it
picture of
glistens,
one.
and it just is so beautiful and so perfect. And that's what I was envisioning when you were guiding us into our hearts. It was so beautiful. I could see it
Well,
so
this one,
clearly.
I really feel, and look, it's in a heart shape. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Up just a little bit. Yeah, I can't see it real clearly.
Oh, we can't see it. Yeah.
It's
But
not showing up.
No, but I know what you
But
mean.
but I know it was a gift to me because it was in the shape of a heart, and it
Right?
was a beautiful web.
Yeah.
And it caught my attention, and I thought, oh, what a blessing. I'm being shown the physical now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I walked, my face was like an inch away. I almost walked into one, and the spider was right in my eye. I'm like, ah! The other night when putting the dog out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. But Pam's one is, the title is 5-star reviews all around. And it says, life is not a roll of the dice. It is the result of what your conscious awareness we find ourselves living out from. That was Michelle Longo O'Donnell. But in this one, it was Joe Dispenza. He got hit by a truck in Palm Springs, and they wanted to put he was 23 years old, and they want to put a rod in his doctors because they said he'd never walk again or whatever.
Right.
He was cocky enough to think, I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to put all my conscious attention on intelligence within me, and I'm going to surrender to this greater unlimited power and allow it to heal me. The doctors thought he was plumb nuts. 9.5 weeks after the accident, he walked back into his life without a body cast or surgery. 10 weeks, he was seeing his patients again at a chiropractic clinic and training with weights. And the last paragraph, no matter what happens in our life, we have the choice of how we interpret it. For me, it only makes sense to proclaim, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. No matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to share something that Pam came in my inbox this morning that I friggin' loved so much. It says, so the question that we pose to ourselves anytime is, what would life be like if we knew just how deeply loved and forgiven and taken care of we really are? If we knew this fact beyond a shadow of a doubt, how would we approach each day? With nothing to fear or anything to worry about or even question, the only reasonable expenditure of time would be just stop and enjoy everything this astonishing, beautiful world has to offer. The only reason life so often seems to be the polar opposite of our hypothesis is because we've been programmed to believe that polar opposites exist.
Yeah.
isn't that silly?
From the time we were born, we've been trained into a life story that tells us we are each separate selves competing with other separate selves, and that we better get going because there's a lot of scarcity.
God.
And unfortunately, the brain is partial to old patterns and familiar pathways and goes out looking to affirm this. Which is why we continue to share these miracle stories, because the more we share, the more we strengthen. So the more we share the truth, the more we share the truth, the more we strengthen the truth. And the more we live in the house of illusions, the more those multiply. We get to choose, like we can live in the house of truth or the house of illusions, but we got to live in one or the other.
Yep, that's very true.
But isn't that fun? I loved that. I thought that was such a great way to play in the field. She's always so playful. I love her.
I know, me too. And thank you for reading that. I haven't checked my emails today, but I know I get hers every day.
And welcome, Miracle Marlene.
Our Miracle Marlene is here, and Jeffrey's here on YouTube. Welcome.
Hello, Jeffrey.
Wow.
So, Charlie, Chris, anything from you about this lesson?
Happy and joyful and carrying my present every day, and plus I'm really happy to be coming. I'm getting a haircut on my day, so I'm very happy.
Good.
I gave mine on Pam, so I'm good.
Let's see who's here. Somebody arrived. Yay, it's our Asha. Hi, darling.
Hello.
Hi, Asha.
Hey guys.
Hello.
We've missed you.
Oh, I miss you guys too.
All right, so let's find out what our lesson is for tomorrow so we can get into our chanting for the night.
Okie dokie. The next lesson is a review of 193, and it is All Things Are Lessons God Would Have Me Learn. A lesson is a miracle which God offers to me in place of thoughts I made that hurt me. What I learn of this becomes the way I am set free. And so I choose to learn these lessons and forget my own. I am not a body. I am free. I am still as love created me.
I love that. Yeah, sometimes we forget that we're here for our lessons. You know, we're here for our soul growth. So thank you, Karen, for reading that. And we're going to get into our chanting. We're changing hats, going into chanting for change. And I'll put the first chant up, which is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. So Karen, would you talk about that, please?
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Charlie will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom, and then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illusions, illness, and allergies be removed. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
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 Om
Ganapataye
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Om Gam
Namaha. Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Let's take a breath into our heart center, realizing that there really were no barriers or obstacles, but we release the image of them, the illusion of them with this chant, and ask for doorways to be open and for our energy to be lifted higher. That higher frequency is where we're able to see the miracles. And it's only our thoughts that are keeping us from raising up in that high vibration. But as we do so, as our eyes are opened, we can see the miracles before us. And that's where we're going with our next chant, the miracle chant, this beautiful Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. So, Karen, would you talk about how we're doing that?
Yeah, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow. Then we'll chant 108 times all together. Beautiful Charlie will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo.
Let's go back into our hearts and place your hand on your heart. You can feel your own heartbeat. You can feel that energy of freedom, love, peace, joy. And every night we chant 3 Oms because Om is the cosmic sound of God, the Creator. And we want to give all honor and glory for our connection to the Creator. And then we'll stay in our hearts for just a moment as we get ready to share that love out in the world. So take a deep breath in and let's begin the chanting of Om. Every night we make a declaration about being peace and having peace in our world. I'm going to put those words up on the screen and ask if our Christine will guide us into a countdown to say these all together.
Yeah, I am my honor. We declare that the peace on baby Basine, baby Sonic, baby Ringo, and baby no Harris. 1, 2, 3.
We
We declare that there is peace on earth, and we declare that peace begins inside of us.
always.
forever and ever.
Amen.
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 And if Auntie Jean was here, she'd tell me. We're what are we? We're a group that created a movement. And the group is known as
Peace.
Peace for peace.
Peace.
And the Peace for Peace have been doing this for 1,190 days now and counting.
Woo-hoo.
Oh, if Auntie Jean was here, she'd say, Mama is a pea,
I'm a pea.
Christine is a crispy pea, and we have Karen P, and Asha P, and we have Jeannie P out in the audience, and Jeffrey P and Marlene P. And we have P's all over the world that do this in their home countries. But Auntie Jean would want to know, wouldn't you like to be a P too?
Good job, Charlie. Yes, we can all be peas wherever we're at in our part of the world. And thank you for being a pea and for supporting world peace. And speaking of that, we are today finishing up day 4 of 10 million for world peace of our 21 days. Tomorrow's day 5, and it will happen at 1:11 p.m. Eastern Time. So I invite you all to come in for a guided meditation dedicated to bringing more peace in our world, and especially to our world leaders and national leaders, governments, local, state, and just bringing an energy of peace and collaboration and cohesiveness into everyone on the planet. So join with us. And if you haven't signed up yet, you can go to that website that's streaming on the screen, 10 million for worldpeace.org, and just hit the join button and you'll get all the information. So thank you. Thank you for being here with us. We love you so much. Stay in your hearts and stay blessed. And we leave you with
Namaste.
Namaste,
Namaste, y'all.
y'all.